worshiping God instead of praising Him when they know He was the one that brought them out of Egypt, out of the land of bondage. You would think they would be praising Him. Just like all of us, God has brought each and every one of us out of situations that we know would have killed us, that we know would have been the end of us. Yes. God has brought us all through different ways of life, and we're here now. So they chose, and they knew that, but they still were just kind of just standing around, and that caused them to dwell on, man, we got to find another way. We got to find another way rather than trusting in God, the God that brought us out of Egypt. We got to find another way that's going to... Man, that's awesome. I don't know what kind of stuff you got me stuck on. So just in, going back to the chapter, the two words in the first verse that I want to highlight is God said to Moses, "Depart and go up from here." So He was telling Moses to take the people from where they were, where they committed that sin, where they committed that worshiping of that idol, that golden calf. He said, depart from there and go up to where, still keep going to where your promised land is, where I have the place set for you. Still, no matter what you've done, I'm going to grace you enough. My mercy is enough for you to still get you to where I want you to be, so you can be blessed in the land of milk and honey. Yeah. So and when you think about departure, you think about like when you're going on the airplane, you're departing to go somewhere. Yeah. However, though in this case, you're departing to not return back. But so God is saying, depart from where you sinned against me, where you try to do it your way. Wow. Depart from that place and go to the place where you can get back to depending on me. So that way. Not to depend on the milk and honey, but I'm the source of it, as God would say. So He said, depart and go up from here, you and the people, because there is a land in your lineage that I'm trying to give to you. And He said, I will send my angel before you, and I will drive out the Canaanites. And He said, go up to a land flowing with milk and honey. And I want to read this note that I wrote here. It says, notice in verse 3, notice how God didn't mention what was going to be in the land until verse 3. So He told them to go up. He's telling them to go, but He didn't say what's going to be in the land until verse 3. So He's expecting them not to depend on, they don't have a clue about what's going to be in the land, because I see it as He's trying to test them to see, okay, are they going to try to look for a benefit in that land? That does there have to be a benefit in that land in order for them to get them moving? Or are they going to move by my word just because I said to go? Yeah. Where its obedience kicks in. So He says, go up to a land flowing with milk and honey. And because all He said was that He was going to give them a land, no word of anything promising would be there for their benefit. And in verse 1 and 3, God tells them to depart and go up. So you have to go up. You have to go higher. But in order to go higher in the things of God, you have to depart from some things.
Wow, come on.
As He said, go up. So notice how He said you have to depart, because in the chapter before, you can read it in your own time, Exodus 32, like that He said, they were worshiping something else. They were worshiping something else that was not God. And in many things in our lives, I know there's times where I repent daily, even if there isn't moments, but I repent, God, if there's anything that I put before you today that was not, that nothing does deserve to be before you, even if it's my life, even if it's anything, my job, a job, or a sport, anything. Situation. If there was anything, God, please forgive me, because your word says that we're to worship you only and to put you first. So in order for me to go higher in God, if I do desire to go higher, if I do want to get to that overflow, if I do want to get to that moment of manifestations of what's the thing we're saying, multiple streams. If I do want to get there, I have to depart from something. I have to depart from something that I've been worshiping daily, something that whatever's been having my devotion, whatever's been holding my devotion, if it hasn't been God, then I have to depart from that, because if not, then I'm gonna be stuck. And then I'm not only gonna be stuck, but then I'm gonna be hurting God's heart, which is the worst place to be in. And then I'm not only going to be that, but then my blessings will be hindered. And not only that, those that are attached to me, their blessings hindered. And then, so there's a whole thing connected to what you're connected to. So you can be connected to one thing and devoting your time to one thing, and whatever it is you put before, if you don't give it up, it can break you.
Yes, it will.
It really can. Like I'm a true testament of that. Like there's been past times, there's things that I hold on to, relationships and people and things that I was like, God, it was hard for me to let it go. Because